Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have faced fresh criticism after one Hollywood star accused the Sussexes of using the LA wildfires as a publicity opportunity. Reilly Sullivan is a reporter here at skynews.com.au and he's always across the latest headlines from the royal family. Reilly, great to see you.
Great to be back.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were seen handing out food parcels and meeting first responders in Pasadena last week after the devastating LA wildfires. But why has one Hollywood star slammed the Sussexes for this?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the Sussexes were out in public. They were photographed at the Pasadena sort of crisis centre. They were handing out food parcels. They were on the ground. Of course, you know, that's admirable anytime people are giving up their resources and their time to help in a tragedy. But the optics of it were quite polarising. Justine Bateman, who's quite a well-known sort of Hollywood filmmaker and actress. Of course, she's also the sister of Jason Bateman. Just a bit of trivia,
yeah.
But she, you know, is very outspoken and she was really kind of put off by the whole thing. She's come out on social media. She's also been in the news this week, basically calling the Sussexes ambulance chasers. I think that she felt that it was inappropriate of them to sort of be using this tragedy for their own publicity, she believes. But the one thing that she pointed out, which I do think is true, and I think this is really part of the Sussexes' problem, is that they have this thing where they're there at this tragedy, this American tragedy in California, and they're sort of touring it as if they're, you know, the royal family touring a tragedy. And that just doesn't play well in the US. I don't think Americans really appreciate that. I think it comes across as sort of alienating and it doesn't feel authentic. So I think that's really the core issue here.
Absolutely. I think when they've spent so much time rubbishing the royal family and then they show up in this way, it's hard for that to be received well, I suppose. Look, Netflix has announced that Meghan's new cooking series has been delayed until March following the wildfires. What did the Duchess say about the delay and what can viewers expect from this new show?
Yes, so this program was supposed to hit Netflix on Wednesday. So it was essentially going to be coming out as the wildfires are still continuing, this horrible tragedy in California. Naturally, Netflix and Meghan released a joint statement. They've just basically said that because of the timing of the situation, they've decided to postpone it until March. I think this is significant because actually that program it wasn't just completed. It was filmed back, you know, in the middle of July last year. So it's been in the can for a while. Some people think that this could be, you know, a sign that, you know what, Netflix is just kind of washing their hands a little bit of the Sussexes. Of course, we had the Polo series recently that came and went. You know, literally no one was talking about it.
That's so true.
So I don't know if this is the swan song for Meghan, if this is the one final project. They'll put it out quietly in March. But I do think it was a good move for her not to put it out with the wildfires going on.
I agree. It's absolutely important that is delayed. We'll see how successful it is. Watch this space, not sure. Princess Catherine confirmed earlier this week that she's in remission from cancer. Such good news. What did Catherine's statement say, and will this be a sign that she'll maybe be completing more royal duties?
Yeah, look, I mean, Kate had a very sombre visit this week. She went back to the hospital where she actually completed some of her chemotherapy treatment for cancer, and she met with people there, people that are still battling the disease. And accompanying those photos, she sort of reflected a little bit on her cancer journey. She said that she was in remission. That's quite sort of strong wording because, of course, all of the statements about Kate's cancer battle have been very carefully worded. So I do think that's a really strong sign. As always, she's sort of emphasised how important it is for her to focus on her wellness and getting better, which, of course, I think, you know, everyone in the public fully supports her in. But I do believe that this is probably a turning point. I think this is a sign that Kate is looking ahead. She's looking at, you know, her future and hopefully being out there more because, you know, we do miss her.
Miss her and love her.
Absolutely.
British Labour Prime Minister Keir Starmer is reportedly planning to deploy King Charles to win over President Trump. Why is the King so important to Britain's relationship with the new Trump administration?
Yeah, this is a really interesting report. Of course, you know, Keir Starmer and naturally I think world leaders all over, they're rushing to, you know, prepare themselves for this new Trump administration. And of course it's important because, you know, Donald Trump has really emphasised tariffs. He's emphasised, you know, looking at America's trade relationships with friends, with allies, as well as with, you know, adversaries like China. So of course the UK government is very keen to make friends. And I think that this is a great way to do it. We know that Donald Trump is a huge fan of the monarchy. In fact, there was this really kind of cute video last year during the campaign where Trump had like a personal photo album on his private jet of the state visit with Queen Elizabeth. So he's always been someone that's really revered the royals and enjoyed the royals. And I think it's something he gets from his mother. But I do think it's a good move for Keir. However Charles feels, I don't think that, naturally the British royal family are very much above politics. But I think that, as always, the British royal family are one of the best weapons that the British government has to offer in terms of international diplomacy.
Reilly Sullivan, so great to see you again. Thank you for joining us on Power Hour.
Thank you so much.